teachers or the lecturers. The academic staff sits and analyzes the performance of the previous year, and they strategize on where can they improve. They will be hoping for better results. Also, when the financial year begins, the institution sits with its experts and analyze the finances of the previous year. Where have they gone wrong? What is it that's costed them? They look at the facts and the contributing factors and plan for the year ahead. They will be hoping for maximizing profit if needs be, but also not to overspend. When the year begins in January, people make their own New Year's resolution. I also had your own as well, and you were able to achieve them, hopefully. So did you? I'll still have 28 days of. Others will be hoping to save some certain money on monthly basis. Others will be hoping to join the team, okay, to start a business and so forth and so on. But in all this, there are measures that are put in place first. A certain level of discipline is required. Happy New Year, dear colleagues. Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year. Or maybe you are not aware that you are beginning the New Year. Why you seem so surprised? Happy New Year. Others are saying this one is crazy. When the 3rd of December is already saying Happy New Year, what's wrong with this thinking? So today we are beginning the New Year. In the Catholic liturgy, in the Catholic liturgical year, we are beginning the New Year. We've come to an end of the year A. We are now beginning the new year, year B. We are also beginning a new season, Advent. We have reached the curtain of hope, because when one begins something, there is always something hopeful. You cannot begin something without hoping for certain end results. It is not by coincidence that the church has given us the first curtain to be hope, so that when we begin this Advent, when we begin this season, there should be something that we are hoping for. As we are beginning this year, there is something that we are hoping for. There should be something that we are hoping for. This is the new year for us, Catholics. We look back and see, where have we gone wrong? What is it that we have not done well? What is it that we have not done well in our spiritual life? Where have we not done enough? Where can we improve in our own spiritual journey? Where can we improve in our own spiritual life? What is it that we are hoping for in the new year? As I've already mentioned, there must be measures that are put in place. The Gospel of Mark is putting measures for us as Jesus speaks of 3 words. First, he says, take heed. Pay attention on what is happening in your life. Take heed of things that are disturbing your peace. Take heed of things that are disturbing your faith. Take heed on the people around you or the people surrounding you. Take heed on the certain activities that you are engaging on. Take heed, pay attention, be attentive to things that are happening in your life. He goes on to say, watch, be vigilant. Never take things for granted. Watch the things that you do. Watch the company that you keep in your life. Watch the habits that you have. Some things could have been avoided in our life had we watched and been attentive to them. Some relationships could have been avoided in our lives had we watched the signs that were there. Some mistakes could have been avoided in our lives had we watched attentively. Be attentive to the little things that are happening in your life. Be attentive to the spiritual life that you have. Be attentive to the words that are spoken to you. No matter how important they may seem to be, but be vigilant and take heed unto them. Be watch and be vigilant. The third thing that Jesus is saying to us, that pray, you must pray. As you are taking heed, as you are watching, as you are being vigilant and attentive, as you are hoping for things in the new year, but never forget to pray. Because you cannot do anything on your own. You cannot achieve anything on your own. Whatever that you are hoping for, but on your own, you can do nothing unless you pray to God. Pray for things that you want to achieve in this new year. Pray the things that have not gone well in your life. Pray for things that are bothering you. The season of Advent, which we are starting today, is the season of hope. As we are waiting the coming of Christ, we are hopeful that when He comes, He will find us ready. We are hopeful that when He comes, we will be holding on to our faith. Advent, from the Latin word adventus, the arrival or the coming. The Lord is coming. Are we prepared to receive Him? Are our hearts ready to receive the Lord? Is when the Son of Man comes, will He find faith on earth? As we have heard in the first reading, the prophet Isaiah, when he's prophesying, was speaking on behalf of the Israelites. They were facing the challenges in their time or in their life. When they thought God was far from them. They thought God had closed the heavens for them. They thought God had turned their backs and had turned His back from them. So they were hoping that they were praying that God would listen to them. They were thinking that when they pray, when they are offering their sacrifices, they were never accepted to God because of their sins. They have been trying to communicate with God, but nothing had been happening. So they are begging God, they are coming to Him, asking for Him to open His heavens for them, because they were hoping that God would listen to them. The Advent of the season of hope is the season of hope. We ourselves as well are coming to the end of the year, the 7th year, we're in December now. There are things that we are hoping for, but they never happen. There are things that we wanted to achieve, but we could not do it. But now, the season of Advent is reminding us to be hopeful to God, to keep faith in God, to trust in God, regardless of things that had happened in our lives this year. Some of us are crying and lamenting because of their failures that they had experienced. They lost their loved ones, they lost their businesses, they lost their relationships, they lost their marriages, things that happened in our lives. Others were hoping to be studying, but it could not happen. Others were hoping that they would have the new jobs, but it did not happen. But we remain hopeful to God because we know that He is God who is faithful to us. As we are beginning this Advent, this season of Advent, we should always remain hopeful to God. Because in Him nothing is impossible. Happy New Year and have a fruitful season.